more people than we saw last time, but a beautiful place. You can see why they all want to be here. I mean,
Reasonable.
we want to be here too, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
In July of 2021, my wife Laura and I were about to celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary. With the COVID-19 pandemic still making travel to most parts of the world difficult, we packed our bags and once again headed off for an adventure in our own backyard. The beautiful mountain town of Canmore, Alberta, is only a short 3.5-hour drive from our hometown, but each time we make the trip, I'm in awe of the beauty that the Canadian Rockies has to offer. However, on this particular trip, forest fires had blanketed most of central Alberta in a thick haze. In an attempt to escape the smoke, we journeyed another 40 minutes south to do a hike that both of us hadn't done since we were kids. Johnston Canyon is one of the most popular hikes in Banff National Park, and it's easy to see why. The idyllic Johnston Creek carves its way through the forest and the limestone rock, and at times the trail itself precariously hangs suspended from the steep canyon walls.
It's the pathway here at Johnston Canyon. It feels really safe when you're walking on it, but then all of a sudden you look at sections like this and feels like it's just kind of sticking out from the rock face here. A little bit intimidating, but there's a lot of people here, so I don't think they'd let you do it if it wasn't safe, eh?
That's true. I mean, you kind of look at this area and it's slid down a little bit and you wonder, but it's gotta be safe. It's fine. Upper falls.
The upper. Look how cool this is.
We're in the heat wave.
See right down into the
Pulling
canyon.
people off the mountain.
There's all the people getting their cheeky Instagram shots.
Cringy. I've learned in places like this I should just let Nathan talk because his voice is so much louder than mine.
We're making fun of the cheeky Instagrammers, but we were there doing it 30 seconds ago. Alright, we decided to leave Canmore today for the definitely busier Banff. We're now at the upper falls of Johnston Canyon. A lot less people than the lower falls, but still a lot of people here today. We're going to try to make it all the way up to the Inkpot, but we're already pretty winded, so we'll let you know how far we make it. But let's take a look at this gorgeous waterfall.
The Johnston Canyon Trail is separated into 3 large sections, the most popular of which is the short hike to the lower falls. Crowded with families and long lines of Instagrammers waiting for their perfect picture, we quickly left this area behind. Hiking only a little further to the upper falls. Only another 15 minutes up the trail, the crowds already thin out, and I mean, just look at these views. this point, you have the option of taking a slightly steeper trail, another 3 kilometers or so, up to the Inkpots. It had been years since we had done this hike, and with the harsh smoke filling the air, we wondered, would it really be worth it? We'll let you be the judge.
Okay, so we're on our way up to the Inkpots here. We've just passed the upper falls here at Johnston Canyon, and you can see the crowd really thins out. So this is definitely a bit more our speed. It's another 3K up to the Inkpots. Laura and I said we'd both done it before, but not since we were kids, so we're pretty excited for this one. We'll hope that it'll be worth it.
Oh, it will.
I can already tell it's much more enjoyable once you pass the upper falls. From the lower falls to the upper falls, it's about half the people, and now we just left the upper falls 2 minutes ago, and we're the only ones on the trail. So
Yeah.
It gets a little bit steeper. As you can hear, I'm already huffing and puffing, so we'll turn you guys off, and we'll see you again once we get up to the Inkpots.
Those that brave the last 3 kilometers of this hike are rewarded with a breathtaking natural wonder. A small trail system winds its way around several spring-fed pools, uniquely colored in vibrant shades by the minerals that seep into the water. As if these pools weren't spectacular enough, the whole area opens into a vast mountain basin, and as you take in the sights and sounds of these bubbling pools, you're surrounded on all sides by the majesty of the Rocky Mountains.
Alright, so we're just here enjoying a little lunch after a hike up to the Inkpots. It's well worth it. It's only about 3 extra kilometers from the upper falls. And yeah, the Inkpots are basically these big, clear blue pools of water with greenish and all kinds of really awesome colors. You can see the geothermal kind of bubbling up from underneath the surface. So for an extra 3 kilometers, it's definitely worth the hike. You know, I'm getting a little older, almost 40, and I got that bad left knee, but we made it up here no problem. So definitely a recommendation to make it up to the Inkpots at Johnston Canyon.
It's pretty gorge.
So we've been noticing this funny trend, not to call anybody out, but we just had this lady walk past us, and she's actually the 3rd person I saw today that had brand new bear spray from the store, and it still had the zip tie in it. And so we're just having a little laugh here because you know exactly what's going to happen when you get charged by a bear. You're going to start screaming to everyone around you, who's got a set of scissors? I need to get my bear mace out. So for all you guys, if you go to Canadian Tire or Mech and you buy bear spray for your summer excursions, make sure you take the zip tie out before you go hiking, or else it's not going to do you much good. Okay, so apparently this is the part of the video where I just air all of my grievances, but I've seen this one too many times not to say something about it. People that pack up their dog poo on the trail, but then leave it. Am I not wrong in thinking that you're just adding a plastic bag to the environment? Guys, I know it seems gross to maybe put poo in your backpack or something, but
seen tons of people on the trail that have babies with them, and you don't see diapers on the trail. So,
Amen.
you know, I guess if you don't want to be an asshole, just let your dog shit in nature. The bears and all the elk are doing it. But the worst possible thing you could do is put it in a bag and then leave it here on the trail. I don't know if that's just me, but anyway, we'll leave it at that. Please hike out your dog poop. Thank you for joining us on our Johnston Canyon Trail adventure. These excursions in our home province remind us that people come from all over the world to see the wonders that we're lucky enough to have in our own backyard. And this is something that should never be taken for granted. But as the world slowly emerges from the global pandemic, as restrictions, social distancing, and fear of travel start to fade away, we are once again filled with a hunger for adventure. Even these short road trips easily reignite our wanderlust, and I, for one, am filled with excitement and anticipation for the day when my feet can once again stand in an unfamiliar place. We're off to the next adventure, and we hope you guys will join us.